Hey, this is Politics with Lar. Politics is an undercurrent of everything that goes on in this world, whether if it turns into a war, social upheaval, economic collapse, or whether if there's peace. Everything has to do with politics. We're going to look at it, analyze it, and connect the dots. Hey, this is Politics with Lar, and I've got a good one for you today. Okay. Any of you who know Jesse Lee Peterson will know you would either love him or just despise the man. There's not very much in between. It's either to the two extremes. He has this podcast called The Fallen State, and he has a unique perspective on life. And I'm just going to leave it as that. You got to check him out yourself. But here, he is interviewing a liberal from Rutgers University who's a professor of philosophy. And if you have any dealings with Jesse Lee Peterson, whatever profession you were in, he can take you out of it and make you look like you don't you don't at all in your profession. So here we go. Oh my goodness. This is this man. Brace yourself. He has a warning on top of his forehead. Beware. He will make you mad.
And it would still remain true that if there were millions of people in the richest country in the world who were homeless, millions of people who didn't have health care.
I want to go back to my question, Ben. The system that we have now, is it working for you?
It's working okay for me. It could be working better. Now tell me why it's relevant.
And so if it's working for you, why don't you teach them how and why it's working for you?
If everybody had got a middle class job, then nobody would be picking the food and society would collapse. So
Ben.
This idea
Hey,
that
Ben.
mobility.
Whoa. Okay, keep in mind, this is coming from a liberal, someone who believes in socialism and communism. Uh, Jesse Lee Peterson has a way of bringing it out, bringing the truth out. Whoa.
As a solution to
Ben, I ask you, why don't you teach those who don't know, apparently, how you are doing it, how you do it to cause it to work for you? Why don't you teach them that? And then see what the outcome is. You don't know if it's going to work for them or not because you have not taught them your way, the way you're doing it. Why not? Why haven't you taught them that?
Why have I? Why? Okay, so what you're suggesting here is that I switch from teaching philosophy to teaching business, personal life coaching, something like that.
No, Ben, you're being extremely disingenuous. That's not what he said. He said, why don't you teach them how you got where you got so that they can try and do it and have a better life? But no, you want them picking oranges. You can't make this stuff up.
What I'm suggesting is that you said this system is working for you. And so rather than trying to turn these people into little socialists, why not teach them what you know?
So hold on. I'm what you're saying doesn't make the slightest bit of sense. You're saying two things that can't both be true. You're saying that capitalism is working just fine for me.
You said it's working for you.
You're also saying that by encouraging people to be social.
Ben, you can't talk yourself out of it. You already jumped into the hole and didn't know you were jumping into the hole. If capitalism is working for you and you're teaching socialism and getting people on the socialist bandwagon while you're on the capitalist bandwagon espousing socialism, extremely disingenuous. And in my opinion, people like that are dangerous to keep their lifestyle while putting other people in a level to where they stay on the bottom while he stays clearly in the middle. But that's just my take on it. Let's continue watching.
socialists, I'm using them for my personal gain.
That's the only reason for socialism.
If was working so well for me, what do I have to gain from moving to socialism?
In reality, that's the only reason for socialism is to dumb the people down, addict them to you so that you can use them for personal gain. That's all Bernie Sanders is doing.
That is a
Bernie Sanders,
nonsense.
Bernie Sanders and the Democrats are doing that. Bernie Sanders and the Democrats are
assertions, or do you have some sort of argument for that?
Bernie Sanders is a very wealthy man, and rather than teaching people how to become wealthy people, he offered them free stuff in order to dumb them down, in order to control them for personal gain.
Far from dumbing people down, giving people things like universal health care actually gives them more options in life. Because right now...
No, it doesn't.
It does. Because
it cheapens them for your personal gain.
Right now...
So do you have your own health insurance?
I have health insurance that's provided by my employer.
And so if you can live off...
But I would much rather have national health insurance. I lived in South Korea for 3 years.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my... You know, Ben. Oh, my goodness. Jesse Lee Peterson is peeling you like an onion. And the further he peels you back, the more people's eyes burn. And I don't like Jesse Lee Peterson, but oh my goodness.
Years I had national health insurance there. That was way better.
So you would rather have free insurance that someone else is paying for than to have your own. Do you believe that people are so dumbed down and lazy that you need to encourage free stuff for them? They don't have the ability to strive in life and succeed as you have done and are doing. Do you believe most people don't have that in them? They need you to take care of them?
No, not at all. I don't think that people are
then
dumb.
Why are you offering them that?
I think not everybody has the same options. That's just a statement of fact.
So you're saying that most people are so dumb and lazy or mentally off that they can't do what you're doing.
No, that is total nonsense. Those are the words you put in my mouth. That's not something that I believe.
But that's how you treat them. That's how you treat them. Are you for reparation for black people?
Sounds good to me. I guess you're against it. Why?
Are you for it?
I think that right now it's probably a better idea just tactically to work on narrowing the racial wealth gap with universal social programs.
Are you for reparation for black people?
Sure, let's say yes, Jesse.
No. Let's don't do a yes. Let's say yes. I want to know: Ben Burgess? Are you for reparation for black people? Are you for reparation?
It's not a simple yes or no. Yes.
Why not?
Because you could agree that reparations would be justified, but think that strategically, in terms.
Are you, Ben Burgess, in favor of reparations?
Yeah. Ben, it's a yes or a no answer. You're giving all this word salad, which basically means no. Just say no. You don't want to look like a jerk. You don't want to look like a racist. But the more you do that, the more you look like just my opinion.
For black people, yes or no?
Do I think that reparations would be justified?
That's not my question.
Well, if that's what you mean,
that's not what I mean.
Do I think the best strategy for narrowing the wealth?
That's not my question. How are you a professor of philosophy and you can't even answer simple questions?
Now, what you're saying is a logical fallacy. You're saying that
I haven't said anything. It was a question. Are you for reparation for black people?
You don't think something could be a loaded, misleading question? You think those are impossible? Those never exist?
Right. It doesn't. To a liar, to a deceiver, it's hard for them because they don't want to answer the truth. Are you for the wall, the big, beautiful wall going up around the borders to stop the illegal aliens from coming in?
Absolutely not.
Black people are being affected first and foremost. Does that bother you?
Undocumented immigrants who work in the system use fake social security numbers.
Man, you're running again.
Taxes, but they don't take services. So what you said is the opposite of the truth.
Ben, you're running. You're a deceiver. You're running.
If you're worried that people are losing their jobs, if you're worried that people don't have health care, there are much better solutions to this than breaking up families and keeping people in concentration camps.
Ben, does it bother you that blacks are being...
Wow, Ben, you're really running. I mean, you're throwing all this stuff out there instead of saying, yes, it affects black people first, or no, it doesn't. But you want to bring all these straw mans into this, the question. Oh, Ben, that doesn't look good at all. If any of your students or employers see that, they're gonna look at you sideways like, I don't believe this man. Just my thought.
I'm not asking you about that. Man, that's not what I'm asking you about. I'm asking, does it bother you that black people are being affected first and foremost by illegal aliens coming in? Are you bothered by that? I'm sorry?
Not true.
Amazing. Are you an honest man, Ben?
Yes, I am. I don't believe you are.
So, do you agree with me that the left have no logic?
What I agree with in the book is that people on the left should care more.
Ben, you're running like a beta male. Are you a beta male? Beta! Beta!
Enough to believe that the phrase beta male means anything.
You are a beta male. I'm surprised you, well, not surprised you're a leftist. Beta!
You're ridiculous, Jesse.
Beta,
the fact that you feel to resort to this nonsense.
Let me ask you, Ben,
shows that you know that you don't have.
Wait a minute, Ben. You're saying that he's resorting to this nonsense, but when he asked you questions, you resorted to the same nonsense first. But Jesse Lee Peterson, I can't believe I'm defending this man. I don't even like him. But he's just calling you out and saying it to you clear, in a clear way, that you're a beta man or a beta male. Wow. Oh, he is unhinged. Wow.
Have a leg to stand on in the argument.
Ben.
If you had an argument, you'd make it. You don't have an argument for your views,
Ben.
so instead of making it, you rely on nonsensical.
Wait a minute. It sounds like Kevin Samuels, The Sign. What was it? Shame, insult. But shame, insult. I can't remember the G, but the need to be right. And that's what he's doing right here, just all unhinged. All right.
Taunts about
Ben.
try to disguise your arguments as questions. It's pathetic.
Ben, where does logic come from?
Logic.
Logic is about how the premise.
I didn't ask what it's about. I asked where does it come from?
I have no idea what you even mean by that.
I didn't think so. You are a professor of philosophy at Rutgers, right? And yeah, you have no logic. You don't even know where it comes from.
Oh, really?
Ben, do you support abortion? You're in favor of abortion?
I don't believe that the state should force anybody to remain
I didn't
pregnant.
ask that. I didn't ask that. Do you support abortion?
I support abortion rights.
Do you support abortion, Ben?
Do you mean that I think everybody is pregnant? Like, what do you mean support abortion?
Are you in support?
Oh my goodness, this is so hard. I mean, talking to people who do this, who do not answer a question, who hide from their personal beliefs, and they do all of this stuff right here. Do you support the termination of babies or fetuses or whatever you want to call it? And he's doing all this extra stuff.
Support of abortion.
Do I think that women should?
That's not. What's wrong with you?
Because you're asking.
Do you support abortion? How is that unclear?
Okay. Do I think abortion is wrong? No, I don't.
If your wife was pregnant for you, and at some point she decided, I'm going to kill your baby, I'm inside my womb, would you say, go ahead, honey, it's your body, do what you want?
First of all, the idea that a literally
No. I can tell you right now, just by him dodging the question, no. He will go to court. He will put injunctions to keep her from doing that. And for me, a lot of these people, there's more so than not, who will say, yes, I believe in the termination of babies. Yes, do it, make it the law. But when it comes to their family, no, you can't. All of a sudden, all this unhidden conservatism comes out. And it's true. No one is straight liberal. No. That right there is not real. You're not liberal on everything. No, you're conservative on certain things. For an example, you would not want someone who's attracted to children around your home. You would have a problem with that because they'll be looking at your children. That's a rough example, but it most definitely. Let me get back to this.
mindless collection of cells in the first
I just asked you another simple question.
Literally mindless collection of cells that has not yet.
Since you won't answer that, you know who Pete Buttigieg is? You know, he's running for president out of Indiana. He is for abortion at the 9th month. Do you agree with him?
I don't. Sure. Let's say, look, you are distorting beyond recognition.
All I'm doing is asking a question, and you're.
That is not true. The professor, Ben, you were not telling the truth. AOC said that you can have a termination up to the crowning of the baby's head as long as the baby does not take a breath. So as long as the head is still there, you can terminate. Check it out. This guy is being disingenuous and he's all over the place and he doesn't even believe what he's espousing. I don't like people like that.
Running.
But your
Beta. In New York, they passed a bill that if a woman is having an abortion at the 9th month and the baby should come out alive, you can let the baby down the medical table. You support that?
I don't think that's an accurate characterization of the law in New York.
You're not an honest man, Ben. What's wrong with you?
You make these assertions.
So let me ask this.
Get up to a question.
All I have done is ask you questions.
That is not all you're doing.
And you have dodged every question.
I have not dodged a single question. I have in every case explained.
Now you lied about that.
Shit is false.
I have only asked you questions, and you have dodged every question, and now you're lying about dodging the questions. Do you love black people?
Uh-oh, this is going to be a good one.
I want the best for all people.
Ben Birch.
No, you can see right now. No, he doesn't. Oh, this is going to be a good one. All right, this is going to be, let me brace myself for this one. Oh my God. Leftists, liberals. No, I'm sorry. Liberals. This is your man right here. He's yours.
Do you love black people? Do you love black people? Ben, do you love black people? Last time.
Crickets.
Amazing. You can't answer that. Maybe you can answer this one. Do you love the Great White Hope?
I do not love the president whatsoever.
Look. He couldn't answer, do you love black people? He couldn't answer, but you say, do you love Donald Trump? Bam. No, I don't. He was clear on that. And this is something that people really need to understand. You can call conservatives racist all day long. But when it comes to liberals, just check that out. Am I saying all? No, but a big number of you are. I used to run in those circles, and I remember feeling that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You hate the president? You hate
Yes.
President Trump?
Yes, I hate President
And
Trump.
why do you hate him?
He's so clear on that.
Are you a Christian?
No,
You've never been a Christian.
I've never been a Christian.
What were you before you became an atheist?
Well, the religion that I believed in before I was an atheist was Judaism.
Why do you hate the great white hope, President Trump? Why do you hate him?
You can't make this stuff up.
Family separation would be a good place to start.
Did you hate the father Messiah, Obama, for doing the same thing?
So,
Did you hate Obama for doing that? That's the question.
so I wouldn't say that I hate Obama, but I was never.
So you
a
hate
fan.
you hate the president for doing it, but
I was very critical.
but you don't hate Obama for doing it. Why hate the?
I was very critical of Obama's.
But you don't hate him.
policies.
But you didn't hate him.
I constantly criticized Obama's immigration policies.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Obama is the one who constructed these places to where the illegal immigrants or the illegal aliens are now. Obama constructed those, but he doesn't receive criticism because you can't criticize the first black president. And all right, I'm gonna leave that one alone altogether. But Jesse Lee Peterson has a way of getting you to reveal who you really are. Oh man, this is painful.
As bad as they were, though, they are not as bad as Trump's. That's a false equivalence.
So, but you didn't hate Obama for doing it before President Trump, right?
About children in cages under Obama, what you're talking about is unaccompanied minors.
Ben Burgess.
People who came over by themselves.
Hey,
You're not
Ben.
talking about people who were stolen from their
Ben,
parents.
you're running like a beta again. Ben.
When you see pictures of kids in cages under Obama, those were people who came over as unaccompanied minors. Ben,
stop it. What is that like for you to hate the great white hope, to hate the President Trump? What is that like to hate him?
I think that anybody who has basic elementary human decency
on a daily basis, what is it like for Ben Burgess to hate the president?
On a daily basis, I don't think about it that much.
You have to if you hate him.
I don't hate him, but I have no positive feelings about him and only negative ones. I don't hate him. Yes, I hate President
And
Trump.
why do you hate him?
I don't hate him. Yes, I hate President
And
Trump.
why do you hate him?
I don't hate him.
Amazing. So, Ben, my final question.
Yeah.
You're for giving student loan for so-called students, right?
Yes, for the 44 million Americans whose life choices are currently constrained by having.
Did you go to college? Did you pay for your college degree, or was it the loan forgiven?
You know the loan hasn't been forgiven. You know I went to college. Now say what you mean.
Did you pay for it, your education?
I'm still in the process of paying for that, like many people are.
And so, how are you able to pay for it?
You know, because I have a job where I can afford to do that. Not everybody
Why
does.
not suggest that for everyone?
What you're doing is something called the fallacy of composition. The fallacy of composition is when you say if something is true for every individual, then it could be true for all of them. If everybody got a middle-class job, then the economy would collapse.
Hey, Ben.
Doing the job at the bottom of the economy. And that's the answer to your question. That's why it wouldn't make sense.
Ben, but that is true. If everyone were in the middle class, the economy would collapse. I mean, come on. This is the problem with, with people who stick with ideologies. They stick to these ideologies, and no matter, regardless of how ridiculous they sound, they hold on to it. They don't let go. This guy Ben is
solve this crisis by getting everybody to get one of those jobs.
Ben, so
but
you're
not interested in the answers to the questions.
I gotta run. So let me ask, you don't believe there is a God?
I am personally not a believer now.
Amazing. Blah, blah, blah. Talk.
All right. That right there was oh man. Anyone who's interviewed by Jesse Lee Peterson, just know you're gonna walk off upset and pissed off. It's hard for me to watch him. I don't like him. I have my own personal opinions about him, and I have expressed them to him. So, if he were to ever, I don't think I would ever go on his platform because I know I would not do well at all. But on that note, poor guy, poor Ben Burgess. I want to feel bad for you, but hey, he has revealed you, peeling the onion. But on that, what do you think? Oh, and please like, subscribe, and share. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Please help me get there. I'm over the halfway mark. And those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate you. On that note, I want to thank you for stopping by.